this challenge. Right. Hello.
Yes. Principal Simon, I was talking about challenge, but I forgot to mention. See, my mind is not working very well. Principal Lu from Ximen Elementary School, okay, and her team, Xu Yinghua, teacher Doris Shi, and teacher Mandy Zheng. Okay, let's work.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. First of all, I would like to, I think we will make Mission Impossible possible. We thank all the professors here because we have been, Ximen is very lucky to have all of you to give us guidelines, to help us to come to this far. So I have to come back to computer. All right. So Ximen, Clil in Ximen, math and overall. The school have reached the capacity limit of 15 classes, all right? And 27 full-time certified regular teachers and 3 full-time foreign teachers with 371 students. We are all in Ximen Clil program, all of us, every single one of us. Yeah. So 2017. Then we have the every grade have at least 4 periods of Clil. Lower graders, life science, and middle and higher graders, science, integrated activities, and health. All right, that is 2017. Next. This is the class schedule look like. All right. Next. Textbook. We have to make sure all the teachers, foreign teachers and the local teachers, co-teachers, everyone know about the MOE, the learning objectives or the teaching objectives. Okay, grade 1, the textbook we use. Grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6. There was last year. How about this year? This year, 2018, we besides the foreign teachers. Okay, this is a very complicated table. Since I promised I will make Mission Impossible possible, so I'm not going to talk about it. We only talk about
Good job.
Yes. Good teacher Doris. Now, so in this year we have math teacher. Besides the subjects I just taught, the previous slides. In this year we have math subject. We add math subject and also add the regular homeroom teacher Doris and the subject teachers, which is Mandy and Megan. So Ximen 2018 math Clil. Now let's have Doris.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Okay, this is Doris. So this slide is about me but not important. What important is I'm teaching for 16 years and hopefully this can reduce some of your doubts about what I'm going to say. So here's some part of video that we applied Clil in math in grade 1. Okay, I'm the math teacher, a Chinese teacher, and life teacher, and homeroom teacher at the same time. So here's, I separate the whole project in 3 parts, and 3 parts only. First, the belief. Second, the action. The third is the fun. Okay, so in the beginning, our team has a simple belief that students can. It's not what they are capable to do. It's about they can be benefited from bilingual education. And we also believe we can. It's not about we can speak fluent English or how good or how well we teach math. It's about we can work together with professions to reach the goal. And then with these 2 simple and strong beliefs, we start our action. The key for our action is we need to combine our textbook so that we won't go too far. And so some questions from the books saying that how do you design the content? How do you organize your lesson plan and blah, blah, blah. Basically, you follow your textbook. we combine textbooks with students like real life. So by doing that, it's easier for students to understand and easier for them to follow. Because, for example, in the lesson plan we teach grade 1, we apply the units called coins. But they don't need to understand what teachers is blah blah blah. They know in their real life that $50 is greater, or in their words is bigger than $10, and they can use this comprehension and this common knowledge to apply when teachers teach them in English. And then we also do translate and transform, which when we develop our lesson plan, I appreciate Professor Zhou and Professor Chen that they helped me a lot, because we spend lots of time working on some terms, because we want to teach students the correct terms in Chinese and also in English. So we spend hours and hours brainstorming about, like, for example, the money, or the coin, the Taiwan dollar, or Taiwan dollar, or new Taiwan dollar, or new Taiwan dollar, sort of things. In the beginning, it's very annoying, and I start to get headache and stomachache. But after that, I found it's interesting, and there are so many things we can explore. And so, like, in the beginning, it's really difficult, I can say. But after a couple of times, then it's getting fluent and fluent. And then we also need to include activity and community, so that we can enrich our units and enrich the stuff and the units we want to introduce to kids. And then third part is the fun. Okay, fun part is very important to me and the students, because, you know, for example, mathematics is already very difficult for some kids. Okay, so if you don't do some activities, how do they have fun? And then, so for the coins, we invite parents and the students. For the last period, we use what we know in English to join a market. This market, they can use some tokens and what they learn, how much is it, and how many dollars, sort of things. No matter if they speak whatever languages or English is good or not, they still enjoy it, and they have patience, and they don't care what they can speak. They just go and I want this. How much is this? Sort of things. So it's really fun. And one of the moms gave me good feedback about she used all the English she knows on that day and that activity. 她用了毕生她所会的英文 okay, to speak to those kids. Okay, all the English she knows on that day. So it's really interesting. So in that activity, we enrich our units, not just the lesson or the mathematics we learn from the book. And so the last part, okay. What I want to say is just go for it, because ask yourself, why not? It's not about academic performance. It's about to let kids know they can use English in their life, and that will help them a lot and help them to go to the world. Thank you.
Not yet.
Not yet. What? Oh, okay. Here. The fun. All right. So there are many questions, but like what I said, you can find all this in textbooks, and our principal is very sweet. She even marked the page numbers for you. If you need, she can go back to the slides. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, from page 183 to page 95. And here is if you have trouble about how to evaluate your students' performance, which I think you can design some worksheets. For example, this one, they got the Chinese and English too, and they can draw a picture, or they can even use Papamoffo, because they were just grade 1, right? So if they don't know Papamoffo yet, they can even draw. So it's all good. Okay, and that's what I said. It's not about their academic performance. It's about they know they can use English in their daily life, even though they are just grade 1. Okay, they can still do it. And here's the slices. So we also spend lot of time to checking about value, and all those designs are actually come from our textbook. We kind of transform our textbook. That's what in my slide, translate and transform. We transform Chinese textbook. We select the important or outline. Actually, you can also find those in your teacher's manual, and then just easily organize your ideas and then put in PowerPoint. And also, I think professors are really important. They do help me a lot. So-called bad professors drag you to the hell, and good professors will help you to the heaven. And then, so, I think we're happy. Okay, so, anyways, am I done?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
This is my 4 years to teach English in Tainan. So the first time I get the news that I need to teach math in English, and I'm thinking, what? To teach math in English? It's a big challenge for me because I'm an English teacher. I'm not a math expert, whatever. But so at first I'm kind of worried and I'm concerned about what we are going to teach to our students, because this is the great new challenge for our teachers and for our students. So that's where our principals and the other teachers help, and we work as a team to discuss what we're going to teach in our class. So basically, we use the alternative learning class to implement the Clil program, and the students are from 2 classes from first grader. And before the semester start, we spent a lot of time to discuss how to make our teaching plan and to get to know more about the math knowledge. Time's up?
Not yet.
I'm worried. Okay, and we come up with some useful teaching strategies and some useful activities to students, and also to come up with some useful how to use some useful tasks to evaluate students' performance. Okay, next. So here is the outline. Hello? Okay, and this is the syllabus we set up. Each week we have certain topic according to our math textbook. We have, this is our textbook, 南一数学 Yes. And we also 我们有自编教材，因为我们主要是根据我们的数学课本，然后再做一些那个简报的一些制作。Yes, this is the slice of our teaching materials. Yes.
No.
Okay, the other one is comparing. 分与合。对，基本的就是教小朋友如何把数字做分解跟合起来。Not yet.
And the worksheet.
Yes, we also to let students practice with some worksheets. Yes, this is the worksheets of number.
Created by the teachers, you.
Yeah. And there are also a lot of useful website resources on the internet. So this is the website that we use the most. Okay. For example, a few weeks ago, we learned topic long and short because students already have the concept long and short. So students can easily to find out which one is long and which one is short. But I think it's very interesting that students can learn the vocabulary, and also this way can evaluate what students learn, because students look at this picture and some students would know the vocabulary, some are not. So I will teach them the vocabulary first. For example, this is hammer, and I would let students to repeat again hammer, and then to let them to to choose which one is longer, because students didn't know what picture would come next, so they are very excited and very curious about what come next. For example, there is a donut or maybe car, maybe train. They are crazy for it and they love it. So I think that is good for a student to learn. And so as you can see, we use some. They are so cute, I know. We use some very real object that is connected and related to their daily life. So here's a little story that happened last week. Because I just finished the unit long and short a few weeks ago, and there is a little boy come to me last week, and he said, Teacher Mandy, long, short. And I say, do you know which one is long? Because he brought a water bottle and rulers. As I know, this little boy have a little attention to the class and not good at math at all, but in my class, he really enjoyed the activity that I teach. So, 在下课的时候，他就跑过来说 ，Teacher, long, short. And I say, which one is long? He said, water bottle. Yes, that's a water bottle. And which one is short? He said, ruler. And I think, wow, that's the point. And I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that this little boy can get a lot of improvement of his math learning. So I think so what I'm going to talk about is that I think for this math Clil program, I think the purpose is not to teach students to solve the complicated math problem, but I think the main point is that I can see students show a great improvement in their learning, and they really have shown a great attitude. Their attitude for math learning really have a big change for me. So I think the little boy maybe this little boy like my class because he can learning from doing, and 就是透过这些活动，他学到一些除了学到语言的知识之外，他还可以学到一些数学的常识，而且他一刚开始不敢发表、不敢表达的态度，然后反而觉得他的那个他的上课越来越认真。Yes. So I think
learning math is fun.
Yeah. So I think that is the main point to let students learn math. Fun and interesting, and I think that is the Clil program benefit me and my students.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mandy. And with the parents involved in Clil, so not just the students, the teachers. We let the parents. We open the classroom door for open classroom for all the parents. They are welcome to observe the class. So we want to make sure that all the parents appreciate what we are doing. That is very important. So there are many every day. There are many Clil stories in the school. All the subjects. For example, grade 1 we talk about the safety, the cleaning chore. Okay, because they have the life science, the caring tree. Know about Taiwan. Grade 2, color wheel, shadow, the floating objects. Okay. Science, shadow and light. Okay, grade 3, this is very interesting. That happened last week. The grade 3 teacher teach students grow plants. And of course, there are many caterpillars, okay? And the caterpillars create the interesting conversation between the homeroom teacher and the foreign teachers. Because the homeroom teacher, that student bring the vegetable leaves back home and for the mom or the grandmom to cook and blah blah blah. So this is the real life, okay? And bring story from the school back home. Too many stories. I'm going to skip this one. So this is showing that the conversation between the homeroom teacher and the foreign teacher, the Clil teacher. Okay. See, this is the one that from the mom, 植物真的长得很好 and 阿嬷加在鱼汤中 okay, something like that. And this is the water cycle. the teacher teach student to draw motorcycle and present it. Student present it, okay? Student have to present it. And this is the CPR. The CPR. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think students understand what the teacher want them to do? Yes. Yes. If you don't believe, come to my school. Now, grade 4, the planning, 综合, the family trip. Okay, and now this is amazing. Students, they learn how to keep notes. Okay, doesn't really matter if they can write good grammar or not. Every single one, lower learners, they can write, they have pens, they can write. Okay, grade 5, see, a lot of outdoor activities. They can have the lecture in the classroom and some hands-on activity and the written test. Sorry, in Siemens science subject, they need to have sort of a written test. It's just for them to practice. And this is grade 6, dream board for health. Dream board should be integrated activity. Now this is the last one. English teachers, English study group. Our teacher, they form, besides English teacher, the regular teacher, they want to form a study group. Okay, there has been more than 20 times of the classes without the principal. The principal don't need to ask them to participate. They will participate because they don't want to fall behind their students. Yes, they don't want to fall behind their students. Yes. Okay, so now with this, do you believe me? Next year, I will have more teachers join me. Okay? Thank you for listening. We are from Siemens. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, the professor.
So I was wrong. Math was not challenging. Okay? So math actually is fun. If you have good professors, the teacher will be in heaven. Okay?